Hey guys, welcome back to Getting Good at Pokemon with Jamvad. My boy Jamvad wrote the book on Pokemon and he's been coaching me. If you've missed the first 2 episodes, they're really important. This is more of a journey. This is more of a learning experience. This is learning with you guys. I've always been, or at least I always was in the previous generation, like a 15 to 1600 player. I really want to get to that like top 100 on the ladder. I want to be able to play Draft League. We've had a few stumbling blocks here. A lot of that is that I don't... Your knowledge base, I thought my knowledge base from Gen 7 would be enough. And it's clear that it's not. Like, I don't know what a lot of mons do, and that's where I've been really struggling. But today we're talking about making adjustments. So, we've been struggling with Quippernon's Volcarona. And so the adjustment that we've made is this physically defensive Mandibuzz went to especially defensive Mandibuzz. And then we've switched U-turn for Brave Bird, which threatens Volcarona really well. So hopefully we should struggle less. This is the last week using this team. I just wanted to... Jamvad. I wanted to. Jamvad wanted to show you guys how making adjustments works and how, like, if you're struggling with a certain thing, you don't feel afraid to change your team. And last week, I had to learn that losing is good. And that's something that I had forgotten about competitive gaming. And it's something that I'm going to ramble a bit here, Jam. I'm sorry.
No, feel free.
I used to be, back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean I'm an old man. Back when Street Fighter Third Strike was the newest Street Fighter, I was super competitive. As in, I went to locals, I went to regionals, like I played, I top cut events. I did really well, like so I'd make it into top 8 and stuff. And back then, I had the attitude that every time I lost, I wanted to play that person again and again and again. And not because I wanted to beat them. Now, the reason for that would be I want to finally beat them. Back then, when I was a kid, when I was more innocent and I didn't care about winning as much, it was because I knew if I play someone who's better than me, I'm going to improve. Like, I'm going to copy what they're doing, or I'm going to adjust to what they're doing. I'm going to learn from that person. So I'll be playing them. How did you do that? Why did you do that? How did you beat me? And those are the questions that at 29, as an old man, I mean, Jamvad knows about being old. Jamvad knows about being old. He's gone full cycle. He's so old now that he's young again.
Facts.
But it's that mindset of like, when you lose, it's because you learned. You know, if you learn from a loss, it's not a loss. And I don't have that mindset anymore. And I think that's like the biggest thing that's holding me back right now. So I'm going to try and take that lesson because we just recorded the previous episode. I'm going to try and take that lesson. I'm going to try and apply it here. I'm going to try and be a lot more calm and not get tilted when I lose them on. Even because... Sorry if I'm overstepping here, Jam, but I feel like you can even break it down to the battle itself. Like, if you lose a Mon to a bad prediction, like, I let that tilt me because it's a form of losing. But you could say, oh, I've learned more about my opponent. I know how he plays now, or things like that. So,
and again,
oh, sorry.
This is still, no, find a battle. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was going to say, this is still very early, so I haven't done any real coaching yet. I just wanted you to kind of, because I'm glad you remembered. I'm glad you had a previous experience. Yeah. So I don't have to like drill that in because that's generally something I have to drill in. And so I'm glad you already have that. Get him, Dunk.
Chandelure smashes this guy's team. Absolutely smashes this guy's team.
Just a reminder, Porygon is normal and Indeedee normal.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's
Indeedee being normal is annoying, but it still dies to 2 flamethrowers, I'm pretty sure. Porygon will die to an overheat, I'm pretty sure. From specs. And then Crocodile is a problem. But the other one who runs up on his team is Rillaboom, if Indeedee's dealt with. Because Indeedee setting up Psychic Terrain is going to be annoying for Rillaboom. But other than that, he runs up on this team pretty hard. Like, Grassy Glide destroys Slowking. It destroys Crocodile. Knockoff will kill Dusk Noir because it's banded. So I kind of want to set up for Rillaboom to win. Or for Chandelure to win.
No, those are very good. First and foremost, he does not have a grass resist. So Rillaboom is good.
Yeah.
Does not have a good fire resist that doesn't lose this to Shadow Ball. So Chandelure is good. Doesn't have an electric resist that doesn't get close combated. So Zeraora is good.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a dragon resist.
Yeah, that's true. So Dragalge is good.
Doesn't have a fairy resist. And so Clefable is very difficult for him to kill.
Now, I am worried about getting murked by Porygon, but I kind of want to lead Zeraora because it's a solid lead against any of his mons.
I like that.
Because even if he leads Krook... Oh, that's amazing. I don't know these... This is knowledge. Here's lacking knowledge, right?
No,
I don't know if Knockoff kills this.
It does not.
No.
Never. Zellsnore is the equivalent.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of like a Clef bulk-wise. Like it's very bulky.
Okay.
So what you can do is, because this learns Will-O-Wisp, you don't want Zero or
switch.
Burst. You could both into Clefable.
Yes, I guessed correctly. I want everybody to verify. You can rewind the video that I was hovering over Clefable, sitting there, hoping I was right. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to be embarrassed, but I was definitely hovering. Ooh, Earthquake. Okay.
Does nothing. So what you can do here
Soft World, right?
Well, you're faster than him, so you can remove his item first.
Okay.
As a priority.
I didn't realize I was far. This is not. Why is he so slow? Oh, he's a Trick Room user.
Trick Room team. Okay.
I've never really seen Dusknoir before.
Now you can just Softball spam, because these things are in Poltergeist. You want to see how much it could potentially do. Okay, Porygon's D. And so this is problematic.
It's probably Specs.
If it's Specs
or Life Orb.
I don't know. I don't know if it can kill you in one go. But now you want to assess. Okay, what's more important, Dragalge or Clefable or anything else?
I think Dragalge is more important than Clef in this matchup. Honestly.
Why is that?
Because he has nothing to switch in on a Dragon Meteor at all. Like literally nothing switches in on it.
But does he have anything to kill your Clef? That's another question.
Porygon.
Because does
Clef does or Poison Jab Conk.
That's not a thing. But even if it has
Poison Jab Shifu wasn't a thing. That thing came out of nowhere.
But Clef has Moonblast for Conk, and it likely outspeeds.
Okay, I'll switch. Okay, I will switching Dragalge. I'm okay to do that.
The reason I'm saying that is you have to assess. Okay,
he was Specs. He was Specs. Okay,
right,
well, that's actually a really good play. Better. That's a really good turn.
Like, and now you get a KO. You see
I just clicked Draco. Yeah.
Right.
That's amazing.
You wouldn't have gotten a KO otherwise, and you would have lost.
Oh, Clef would have been completely crippled. Yeah, that would have been really bad. Okay, all right, yeah. I got caught up on Dragalge being able to sweep everything. I didn't think about the wall side of things. Why was I faster? He's a Trick Room team.
Because he's new. He's in the 1200s.
That's true. What? I've got a 1234 person. I'm still in the 1300s even after those losses. That's.
You're gonna get like probably like 100 or so points below you and about 100 above you.
Yeah,
I think generally that's how it's gonna go. That's the range.
You think that's the rage quit?
No. I said that's the range.
That's the range. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He may.
So you can actually.
But I kind of just want to drop a Draco again because I'm Specs. So
right. Slow value.
Like doing 58% to Conk is great. This ends. I can kill. I mean, I could crit. I think I just do it again. Honestly.
Or you could. I mean, it doesn't matter. You don't need to Dragalge that. You were sacking it anyway.
I was sacking it. So sweet. Didn't even need a crit. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, he would have likely died to burn anyway.
Yeah. That's a fantastic. I think that losing is good, man. Lose a couple times, come back, don't lose a single game ever again in your life. All right, that's great. No.
But even then, like, look how much value you got out of Dragalge from just one switch.
I think he's gonna Trick Room here.
Okay, and you have several things to beat this.
I'm gonna go Clef.
I agree with Clefable because it's a defensive pivot.
Yeah.
So there are offensive pivots and there are defensive ones. They're Pokemon that you can go to when you don't have enough information.
I think
which are like Toxapex and Clefable.
I think I'm gonna knock because no matter what he goes into, he doesn't want to get knocked off. So like Indeedee, this is great. Look at that. And now it's in range of Rillaboom. It doesn't have a Focus Sash. I can just Soft Boil to stall out Trick Room. He's going to Expanding Force.
And you have a Dark type.
Yeah. He's got to Expanding Force in this situation. I don't know what else he could do. It does get Moonblast. But I don't think he clicks it here.
You have a specially defensive Dark type.
Oh, Mystical Fire, that's it. That's his play. I think I'm fine clicking Brave Bird. I'm going to click Foul Play. I think it does. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. He's going to go... Sorry, I'm going to go into Dragalge and sack it.
Okay. Excellent.
And then I'm going to go Rillaboom. I'm going to go into Dragalge and sack it. And then I had to think there. I had to stop myself from just making a bad play.
All right. You learned from the Volcarona time. Good, good.
Okay, I'm going to drop Draco here. If he's faster, he's faster. If he's slower, it's fine. And then Rillaboom comes in, sets up Grassy Terrain, and Grassy Glide probably still kills Indeedee. He might Sucker Punch me.
Doesn't learn Sucker Punch.
It doesn't learn Sucker Punch?
No.
I feel like every dark type should learn Sucker Punch, but Grassy Glide is great here. He has no switch-ins for this. Yep, Indeedee sets up Psychic Terrain. That's fine. We're still going to kill, probably. Yep.
Yeah, Choice Bandit.
And he can go back to Krook, and if he goes back to Krook, we can just switch in Clefable.
You wouldn't even need to switch, but you can choose to.
I'm going to choose to just because Grassy Glide wins the game in Grassy Terrain, so there's no reason not to say super safe with the win.
I agree. So it's not like there's... Basically, it's a situation
I don't think I could lose.
You can't lose.
Yeah.
Like, you can't lose. There's like 100.
Okay.
It'd take like a miracle.
So what did I do well? What did I do well? This is the thing. I'm doing the Jamvad technique, all right? What did I do well there? I feel like that game, I pressed my advantage really well. I preserved my win cons, and the most important thing for me is when I did get a little flustered about what to do, I calmed myself. I looked at things, and I was like, no, this is the play. It's completely safe. I just have to sack this mon, and then that's going to win me the game. So I identified my win condition, calmed down, and then found it and went and did it.
Nice.
Nice. What did I learn? I learned that people build really bad Trick Room teams. Like,
no, what did you actually learn?
No, what did I learn? I learned Crocodile doesn't get Sucker Punch, which is important information. Okay. I learned that Dusknoir is incredibly bulky, which I know that from Draft League, but for some reason in OU, I'm like, do they run it bulky here? Of course they do.
It's slow and fat, and so that's the only way you can't run it. Speed doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I learned that Porygon runs Trick, apparently, which is fine. Cool.
Yeah, that's semi-standard.
I
really like how you approach that end game, particularly the Mandibuzz time versus the Crocodile.
I appreciate that.
Very well done. Very well.
So what do I have that beats his team? Well, he has Ditto, so it's very hard to say, oh, I have this that beats his whole team, because Ditto is a pain. But he does... Oh, wow, he's got good switch-ins for a lot, but a lot of his team's quite slow. I don't think any one of my mons actually runs up on his whole team. I don't think I've got that mon here. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I would appreciate it.
What's the Shadow Ball switching?
Hex, but...
Oh, you don't have Shadow Ball?
Nah, the set has Hex. I mean, you gave it to me.
Alright, that shouldn't be... I can see why. But, yeah, I think...
We don't have much status on the team. Oh, it's Toxic Spikes. Wait.
Yeah.
Toxic Spikes isn't bad here, though. I mean, no, because Ditto... Well, no, Ditto gets Toxic before it transforms. So actually, Toxic Spikes is not bad, because once I've got T-Spikes down, he has no Hex switch-ins at all.
Right.
What do I think he's going to lead? I think he leads Hippo. Or Pharaoh, but that's not what I need to think about. What does he have that I don't really have many switch-ins for?
Bingo.
I've got Spadef Mandibuzz now, so I'm a lot less resilient against Dragapult. Because Dragon Dance and Cinderace.
No. You always beat Dragon Dance as long as you're at full.
As long as you're at full? Okay, fair enough.
I don't see why you wouldn't be at full. What are you going to leave it in on?
That's true too. So I think I'm worried about Cinderace because it does outspeed a lot, but if it's Libero, then Rillaboom can often come in and Grassy Glide in revenge. And
it's always Libero. Mm-hmm.
So Ferrothorn, yeah, it's always Libero. Ferrothorn is his switch in for Rillaboom, so if I get rid of Ferrothorn, Cinderace becomes less of a threat, and that's something that's important to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm. So a good mid-ground, because Cinderace generally runs, what's it called? Don't run Sucker Punch, so a nice lead could be your Chandelure, because it's such a problem for him.
Yeah. Okay.
So Cinderace is likely his lead, and they don't run Sucker Punch. Now, if he has, it's possible, but they usually run Gunk Shot or High Jump Kick over Sucker Punch. And so this positions you well, because you can go for whatever you want, actually.
I'm tempted to click Trick.
It's up to you. That's a waste of a turn, I think. But
then the other option is just a Hex.
You could Flamethrower.
I don't like Flamethrower. I don't think he switches it. If he switches in Dragapult.
Why would he go to Dragon Bolt?
Or Ditto? Because to take a fire move. Or Rotom. See, I don't think he brings in Hippo, and I don't think he brings in Pharaoh. That's just...
Hex is safe then. Hex is safe. But if he sucker punches and you live... See?
Okay, does this...
But I mean, I want... No,
you
2-hit. You 2-hit. I know you 2-hit KO, but I'm saying, like, I want you to...
Yeah.
Like,
if he sucker punched and lived, then Hex would have been really bad.
Right.
Right. I think I have to go, like, flat. Either Mandy or Zeraora.
Zeraora and Dragapult.
Yeah, maybe not. If he Dragon Dances. I think I have to go Mandy. I don't have a choice.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's on the team for, Duncan. Like,
that's true. That's true. Oh, it's special. That's perfect. That's perfect that it's special. I'm just going to click foul play.
Why? Why not Roost? Why would you foul play? Like, I'm genuinely asking you that. Why are you foul playing?
Because what does he switch in on this? Rotom?
But what is foul play going to do to Rotom?
That's true.
You want to make sure you're healthy.
Right. That's true. Dragalge hard walls this.
Exactly. So you don't have a reason to worry about Rotom, right?
Yeah. Delicious.
All right. And so
now something
Chandelure comes back in because he's going to go to Ferrothorn. No. You have flip turn.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's going to Volt Switch out into Ferrothorn. You got to think about what he has to switch into you.
Yeah.
So Ferrothorn's going to come in. Then Chandelure's going to come in. And now
something dies. And something dies.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, if you just slowed down, like, you probably would make somebody just...
Better plays. Yeah, I think I'm playing too fast. I absolutely think my biggest weakness in Pokemon is always playing too fast. Because often I'll click my move, and then obviously in game where there's no cancel button, I'll click my move, and then they'll still be picking, and I'll be like, nope, damn it, that was the wrong move. I should have clicked this. Like, and I'll say it out loud, and then exactly what I said was going to happen happens. So no, you're absolutely right. I need to slow myself. For Draft League, for last season of WBE, until I top cut, I was like, no matter what, I'm never clicking my move before 10 seconds. And I top cut, and then I lost to Magnitude because I clicked my move too fast. And I lost in top cut because of that. I really want to Hex here. Like, really want to Hex.
Honestly, you can for one reason, because if he stays in, he's going to go for knockoff. If you don't die, and you can switch up moves afterwards.
Yeah.
And so, but it would be very bad if he went to Ditto or Dragapult and you didn't Hex.
Yeah. And there it is.
So,
and there it is.
Ditto.
And there it is. Get out of here, Ditto. Whoop.
Right.
And I'm very happy with this. I'm very happy with feeling roundabouts every time.
Right. And so now you're starting to realize, see the Draco damage. That's why you want to always keep it at full, so you can always come in
switch in.
Yeah. Because that's what's on the team. Right. And so in this case, remember your Chandelure walls this. It only has Gunk Shot, U-Turn, Fireball, and...
Yeah, if he had Sucker Punch, he'd have clicked it. So I think Chandelure is absolutely fine here. High Jump. Oh my god. It's just too easy. I'm going to Hex again. I am going to Hex again. Oh, nope. Yeah, no.
But mind you, I didn't really tell you what to do. I just asked you, why do you think...
That's true. I definitely, I've got to say, like, if you're watching this and you're following along, please play along and, like, ask yourself the same questions, because I feel myself becoming more confident literally game on game, which is really impressive. It shows how good Jamvad's coaching is. Get on that waiting list now, because he's a busy man, or buy his book. And there's a link down below for his book in every single episode of this, because you really should be taking a look at that book. It's very helpful.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. Like, I couldn't say that because it's his book. Of course, he's gonna say. People PM me every day.
PM you every day, and they're getting better. I mean, I've not even finished reading it yet, which is really bad when I'm doing a series with you, because I have been so busy. I mean, a lot of my viewers know how busy my life has been. But
I don't need to, because I'm live coaching.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can teach everything, but it's helpful.
But it's definitely worth it, guys. And there's a hard copy now, which I actually want to pick up the hard copy just to have it, because that's cool. My friend wrote a book. I want to.
I can't believe. I'm waiting on mine, dude. They take forever to send mine. I don't know what the hell's going on. But remember the process. Even though you win.
What did I do? What did I do well? I thought about my plays. I pressed advantage. I made really good switches. I listened to Jamvad's advice when that came to that roost, and that was really good. But no, I pressed advantage. I preserved my threats, and I really didn't give him any breathing room. And I think that once I had pressure and not giving him breathing room was really good. What did I learn? I learned to scout Cinderace for Sucker Punch. I learned that it doesn't tend to run it, and that's a really good piece of information to have, that I previously assumed they all ran Sucker Punch because in VGC they do. And I play more VGC than singles.
Right.
And I learned that Mandibuzz is to be preserved for Dragapult. Like, I think actually something that I learned here, I relearned, because I used to know this. I used to play a lot of OU, used to ladder a lot, is that if you have something that's dedicated job is to answer something else, keep that thing healthy. Because once it dies, you're going to lose the game if you didn't keep it healthy. So I think
I really like the lessons, yeah.
That was a good game, and there were good lessons, and I think I can grab one more. I think we have time.
Right.
Volcarona. This is the thing that we adjusted for. So Mandibuzz is here now. I'm not as scared of Volcarona, so I do have an answer for Volcarona now. I don't have to freak out about that quite so much. Urshifu is always a threat. It's a very strong Pokemon, but we do have answers. What does he not have answers for? He doesn't have, again, a Chandelure switch-in. Like, a lot of teams seem to not have a great Chandelure switch-in. Diggersby, if it's AV, maybe.
It's actually pretty hard to switch into unless you're like a Snorlax. It doesn't have any counters, per se.
And with Volcarona gone, Rillaboom puts in a lot of work. With Volcarona and Rillaboom gone, Rillaboom wins the game. So
excellent.
I'm going to lead Rillaboom, though, because he doesn't have great answers to it. And I've got
getting something.
Volcarona.
No. You asked yourself what you have.
What does he have that we don't have an answer for? Well, I don't know that he has anything we don't have an answer for. If Volcarona gets to +2, we might be in trouble. But even then, Mandibuzz takes a hit and hits it with Great Bird and puts it in range. I don't think Diggersby, if he gets agility up, could be a problem. Yeah, an agility Diggersby could actually be a huge problem.
Okay.
So I'm leading Rillaboom, right? Because that deals with that.
Well, Diggersby is not the biggest threat to you. So,
okay.
So when you think about, okay, well, what if he leads with this Pokemon? It really gives me a lot of problems. Like, what's that Pokemon for you?
I think Volcarona.
Okay. So what do you want to lead versus Volcarona?
Mandibuzz or Chandelure? Chandelure, probably.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
No, it doesn't matter. Like, it's even whether you're right or wrong.
But he did lead Seismitoad. That's the problem. I saw Seismitoad and I was so sure he was going to lead it.
Well, upside to this, cannot KO you in one hit. So if you want to trade, because the upside here is, so you have a couple options, right? You could go Clefable defensively as a defensive option. That'll provide you with Stealth Rocks if you feel like you need that. Could provide you with knockoff. You could also stay in and go for Hex, which 2-hit KOs him. He can't KO you, and that would mean he'd either trade for Stealth Rocks with no damage on Chandelure.
Yeah, I think that's the best play. I think you're right. I think Hex. Okay. Can I win without Chandelure? Yes, because I've got that Mandibuzz now. Normally, I'm so worried about Volcarona that I'm like, Chandelure has to be at 100% health. So I'm actually okay with trading Hex for a big hit. He scalds. 67%.
Right, and he doesn't KO you.
And he doesn't have a great Hex switch in. He might go Urshifu here, but I think I click Hex anyway.
I'm gonna go Diggersby. But
do you think he's going to go Diggersby? Because we could go Rillaboom. The other option is we just go Rillaboom now, because we forced him into that situation.
Well, your Rillaboom is your
win con. That's the problem.
So if you go, I think it's just better to
Hex.
To go for Hex. Mm-hmm.
He went Volcarona. Okay. That's fine.
It's an awful play.
Well, it's fine for us. Psychic doesn't kill us, I don't think.
No, it probably does. I'd just go Mandibuzz. It's on the team to beat this.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd just go Mandibuzz.
Bugbuzz wouldn't have killed us. Oh my lord. Okay.
I don't think he knows what he's doing. Yeah. I think this might get 2 KO'd. It's close.
Dies to foul. No.
No, it doesn't matter. Well, you don't want. You remember they want this healthy, right?
Yeah,
this is one of your roosts. Even if he toxics, you'll still have it for Diggersby. Okay, and so since he got up rocks, you're just gonna play out with the clef. You don't want this toxic. Remember, preserve the thing, like you learned. And so since he got up rocks, you're like, okay, I'll play with rock.
Yep. We can put our own rocks up. That's absolutely fine. If his Volcarona isn't heavy duty boots, he loses if we put up rocks. He loses it.
You can actually just knock off here because if he goes to Volcarona, you 2-hit KO that.
Okay. Oh well, there is.
Mm-hmm.
And it was heavy duty. So yeah, and this gets rid of one of the threats to Rillaboom's sweep. I mean, if we get rid of this and the Rillaboom, we win. So I'm pretty happy to just knock off again and kill it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect Fire Blast. People running Fire Blast instead of Fiery Dance on it is weird to me.
So this is odd. I'd go.
He's got to have Poison Jab. He's got to have Poison Jab here.
I'd go Mandibuzz as a mid-ground. Maybe he has Iron Head or Poison Jab. Something super effective.
I kind of want to go Dragalge though, because it's disposable. And if he...
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, Dragalge's disposable. I'd rather do that and then go into like a safe choice. So Poison Jab resisted 27%. He's Life Orb, so he will kill us with Wicked Blow here.
Right.
But we're disposable. And then after that, we can go into something to kill this. Like, we can go Zeraora, or we can go...
Zeraora destroys him now.
So I'm going to flip turn just in case he's... Just in case he goes Diggersby. I literally was about to say it. Why don't we go Rillaboom here?
Yeah, that's fine. Because it covers for Choice Scarf. And his Rillaboom... So this is another concept you learn. So he can't guard well against grass. Now, he may have a grass resist, but at the same time, it can't take repeated hits. That's something he doesn't want. And so
he went Rillaboom, and we're going to do
the next time
40%, and the next time it'll 2-hit KO him.
2-hit KO him. Excellent. So now you understand.
I mean, we could just Grassy Glide again. He's probably unable to KO us.
Yeah, you could do that as well. It's up to you.
Because
if you wanted
Grassy
to knock
Glide
your item off.
sweeps him, basically.
Well, if he knocks off, then not easily.
Yeah, we could go Dragalge again. We could just go Dragalge again. Because if he locks himself into his own move or he knocks off, that's fine. Dragalge is, again, disposable.
Right. So that's probably choice. Not Life Orb makes sense.
It's Life Orb.
It would be a Life Orb first, man. And so
Zeraora can take a hit.
But you won't KO him back. So Mandibuzz is the better
Mandibuzz Brave Bird, yeah. Like Volcarona is gone.
Foul play is better. Because it covers for Zeraora coming in. Because you've shown Brave Bird.
True. Yeah, you turn and he'll go into Zeraora, and he can't bring this in on Rillaboom now. So if we go Rillaboom, we click Grassy Glide, it's always good.
Excellent,
17.
Excellent. So this is fine for two reasons. It allows you to heal your Clef.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Clef in this situation.
And he can't deal with Clef very well.
No. Yeah, I'm happy going Clef. Just clicking Soft Boiled. And like ignoring the Seismitoad because it's going to die to Grassy Glide even if he gets it back to full. Like, who cares?
And so now you're setting up for the Grassy Glide and get
Diggersby,
annoying, but you know, it is what it is.
It's leftovers, which is good to know.
You could, since it's lefties, what you could do is...
I could just put rocks up, and then the chip will help.
And sack Chandelure, yeah.
Yeah, so if I put rocks up,
because it doesn't matter if he Swords Dances, unless he's like a sub-variant. But yeah, and now you sack Chandelure. Don't go hard Rillaboom in case you get KO'd.
So it's nice again?
And you might even outspeed him here, honestly.
Yeah,
depending on... He has to be like Jolly to outspeed you.
Yeah.
So he might have just...
And we do outspeed. What is he doing? What is he doing? What are you doing, bro? Yeah, Chandelure's fine. I'm just going to leave it in to die and then go Rillaboom and win the game.
Right.
I don't see why
that's what you set up for in the beginning.
Yeah, that's what we did identify that as a win con right at the start. Zeraora dies. I'm like 99% sure Zeraora dies to Grassy Glide. Yeah, I've done it a couple of times and it does 80 to 90%. So that's the thing we saw before. We killed it 83, but
you can't lose even if it doesn't. So like it's not the biggest deal in the world. So I'm not pressed. Like you still 2-hit KO.
Yeah.
And then you just Moonblast spam.
I just really don't. Yeah, I really don't want to take the hit and then have. Oh, never mind. There we go. And it does. No, okay.
So here's the real reason why it didn't matter. Mandibuzz plus Clefable
beats the rest of his team. Yeah.
Right. And so
he's gonna sucker punch me here, but I actually don't care. His life orbit won't kill, and then he'll die to Grassy Glide, or he won't. And okay, don't poison, don't poison, don't poison. Do we think he sucker punches here?
I don't think it matters.
I mean, we can't switch, so he doesn't have it. Oh, that's perfect.
It doesn't matter if he did. Yeah. But that wasn't the Grassy Gliding Rillaboom there wasn't the best play. But again, one, I don't want to tell you what to do. I want you to, even if you lose.
Well, Grassy Gliding the Urshifu wasn't the best play. Yeah, I should have gone Clef, probably. No, he poison jabs.
Don't switch.
No, I was looking at the things earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, there's no
Grassy Glide sweeps him. I wasn't going to switch. Don't worry, I'm not that stupid. I'm stupid, but I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying?
But this played out.
I think this was a good episode. After losing is good, I'm titling this episode winning is good too. All right, last episode was losing is good. This was winning is good. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do check out Jamvad's channel. He is rebuilding after Russian hackers stole his original channel, which we haven't mentioned so far. But such an informative channel. If you want to get better at competitive Pokemon, it's such a great place to go. So please check it out. And of course, his book, as we have been plugging. It really is a fantastic piece of literature. And it's not as good as getting live coaching. Nobody's going to pretend that reading a book is ever going to be as good as this like one-to-one live coaching. But it's definitely good. So
it's like as good as it's going to get. Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And remember to check out everything else that we've talked about. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Peace.